Football number 24, Beerly Johnson, escorted by Beerly and Tasha Lee and Anya Johnson. Football number 31, Steven Saratella, escorted by Tony Saratella. Football number 99, Ronald Burt, escorted by Melissa Burt. Football number 85, Tyler Maloney, escorted by Renee Hurley. Football number 70, Scott Odario, escorted by Jessica and Jose Odario.
What's one like that cost?
Football number 21, Jorge Ocampo, escorted by Jorge Ocampo and Ann Almada. Football number 30, Mateo Redmond, escorted by Martino Redmond and Travis Redmond. From the band, Victoria Davis, escorted by Mike and Kim Davis. From the band, Michael Gutierrez, escorted by Loretta and Alicia Gutierrez. From band, Shelby Ayana, escorted by Eugene and Nikita Ayana, and Eugene Shelby Jr. and Ayana Shelby. From the band, Sergio Rubicala, Rodney Williams, Charles Pronger, Ken Paces, escorted by Mr. Hill. Alberto Romo, escorted by Mr. Hill. Sorry. From the band, Cindy Rizaldo, escorted by Shona and Joel Rizaldo. From the band, Kim Lurcher, escorted by Arletta McCabe and Tom McCabe. From the band, Gabby Duncan, escorted by Maria Duncan. From the band, Kelly Beggs, escorted by Bruce and Sandy Beggs. From the band, Rachel Splitgerber, escorted by Dennis and Jackie Splitgerber. From the band, Scott Jacobowski, escorted by Jason and Corinne Jacobowski. From the band, Leslie Lopez, escorted by Petra Lopez. Marissa Burkowski, escorted by Rick and Monica Burkowski.
Right here, next one.
Chloe Holm, escorted by Dave and Joanne Holm. Keegan Adams from the band,
Spartans.
escorted by Patty Adams.
That was a good choice.
Yeah, Spartans Spud solid.
From the band,
Yeah,
Matt
and
Boots,
Burger.
escorted by Carol and Tim Boots.
They got burgers too?
Xavier Lampkin from the band, escorted by Reginald and
You know
Shelley
how there's
Lampkin.
baseball fields behind Joliet?
Yes.
I went there.
From the
with
band,
Andrew,
Russ
Michael
McNabb
Thomas,
and Morgan
and
Kincaid,
my friend
escorted by
Benjamin.
Todd and
we
Jennifer
were just
Kincaid.
running around playing like one
From the
outfield
band, Kyle,
baseball.
Uh-huh.
It was
escorted
insane. There was a
by
lot of
Vince
running. I was
Hewitt.
playing left and right field like crazy.
From the band,
I
Haley
played
Delaney,
second
escorted
and
by
third base. It was
Michael
great.
and
I
Joanne
got 4
Delaney.
home runs, like over the fence. Home
From the
runs.
band,
Nice.
Kevin
I was only
Martinez,
200 feet
escorted
field,
by
but that
Jennifer
was still
Holm.
really fun. So I'm tired.
From the
So I'm
band,
hungry,
John
so-
Tinoco, escorted by
Makes sense
Javier
then.
and Monica Tinoco.
Makes sense.
From the band, Sarah Rummy, escorted by Lisa and Darren Rummy. From the band, Stephanie Zurita, escorted by Carlos and Delia Lord Zurita. From the band, Avery Alibi, escorted by Connie Alibi. From the band, Alex Ornelas, escorted by Maureen Ornelas. From the band, Zach Skibinski, escorted by Dave and Kim Skibinski. From the band, Lucille Miller, escorted by Jennifer and Greg Miller. From the band, John McFarland, escorted by John and Tina McFarland. From the band, Abigail Swank, escorted by Chris and Jessica Swank. From Palms, Dorota Mizek, escorted by Stella and Wojciech Mizek. Palms, Savannah Comperta, escorted by Anna and Jack Comperta. Palms, Dinah Lee Campazano, escorted by Martha Tarango and Carlos Monterroso. From the Palms, Haley Cerny, escorted by Dennis and Marla Cerny. From the Palms, Tamaya Dixon, escorted by Janice Stewart and DeMarcus Dixon. From Palms, Ilse Magana, escorted by Veronica Magana and Armando Magana. Girls golf, Bailey Cavalinis, escorted by Lori Cavalinis. Girls golf, Caitlin Masnika, escorted by Kimberly Masnika.
There are many good games.
From cheer, Alexis Johnson, escorted by Troy Johnson and Karen Hasberger.
Yeah, it was kind of a joke because the Bears played the Packers.
From cheer, Alyssa Jacobchek, escorted by Maribel and Joseph Jacobchek.
Yeah. Bad chance, man. Thank you.
Cheer, Stephanie Bell, escorted by Steve and Lisa Bell.
I stayed up and watched the whole darn thing.
From cheer, Rebecca Weiland,
I suffered
escorted
through the
by
punishment
Susan
watching the
Weiland.
Bears. Yeah, it's bad.
I watched the Cubs.
From the
Yeah.
Sparkles, Nikia Dorwila, escorted by Tashim and Juzier
I
Dorwila.
flipped to him.
That was a fun
From
game to
cheer,
watch.
Nubia Ordonez, escorted by Leticia Morales.
So what they snap? It was
From cheer, Alexis Perez,
they beat
escorted by
Plainfield
Jamie and
Central. Was that
Stephanie
like
Perez.
57 games or 58 games that they had lost?
And
Yeah.
from cheer, Megan Roush, escorted
It was
by
high
Julie
50s.
and John Roush and Amanda
Was
Roush.
it?
It's been a while.
It's
Yeah.
been like, let's see,
It's got to be 6 years.
My son's 27. He graduated out of Central. He was, might have been 10. They won 2 that year.
Ladies and gentlemen, our graduating class of 2016, 2017
Probably
seniors.
6 years.
It was 6 or 7 at least. Yeah.
You know who's flying the drone? Right over here.
Oh, no.
I kind of want them to fly kind of low and then get knocked out of the air by a kick.
There's some teams that do that.
Whoa.
I don't know. Like,
I
you know
think
how they
you
like
know.
video?
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe.
that thing can go.
I don't know what the, probably
What the
there's no
rules.
rule in high school yet because it's too soon. So you stayed up and watched the Bears last.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm stupid.
The only thing I like about the Bears is they're worse than my team this year. I'm a Colts fan.
Yeah. I grew up a Browns fan, so I'm a Browns and
Ooh.
Bears fan, so I'm...
You're not going to get
No, it's brutal all the way around.
Maybe the Bears could call Johnny Manziel. I heard he's.
No, yeah. Yeah.
He's talking about a
He's
win.
supposed to be cleaning himself up. But I don't know.
Yeah, how many times?
Hello.
Nice job, George.
Hey, thanks, appreciate it. Wasn't perfect, but it is the best I could.
Are they not using this today?
Oh, crap. I was supposed to put it on the stand. It's all plugged in.
Oh. So they're listening to us right now?
I don't think anybody's actually there. We're just trash.
You know, I
talking
actually
Bears.
listened to us on the TV.
Really?
Yeah, I went on the YouTube
How
channel
bad did we
and
sound?
listened to us. You know what? We didn't sound too bad.
I mean,
At least we're not like
CBS is
we're not as bad as
let's put it this way, I was pleasantly surprised. Good evening and welcome, Spartan fans, and thank you for tuning in to tonight's Friday Night Lights coverage brought to you by the Village of Romeoville Television. This game is also being broadcast live on the Cube. This week, number 9 Southwest Prairie Contest is about to kick off as your Romeoville Spartans play host to the visiting Steelman of Joliet Central. The Spartans enter the last game of the IHSA regular season, riding a 3-game winning streak, looking to continue their dominating run game performance behind senior leader Jordan Nettles. Tonight's contest is also recognized as senior night, and it gives Romeoville High School the opportunity to congratulate all of the hard work and efforts of the senior class athletes and their parents. So for the seniors, this will be the last time they get the opportunity to don the uniform and play in front of the home crowd. So as you sit back and enjoy tonight's game from the comforts of your home, myself alongside my broadcasting partner, Mr. Justin Lipkeski, will be bringing you live coverage from Spartan Stadium.
Yeah, so cold night here out in Romeoville, so should see how the ball plays today, catching, throwing, kicking, bouncing.
Absolutely. It's a very brisk evening as the Spartans will be receiving the opening kickoff going towards the south end of the stadium. And so the kick is under the way as we kick off 48 minutes of high school football action. And that is a nice run up to about the 24-yard line for the Spartans. So the Spartans will start their opening series tonight, coming off an impressive 52-14 victory last week against Plainfield Central, in which Jordan Nettles had a school record 288 yards rushing. For the season, he sits at 1,243 yards, which is also a school record, entering as he looks to build upon that in tonight's game.
Wow. Wow.
So Cam Neely and Jordan Nettles in the backfield, and Nettles gets the ball early on as the Steelmen wrap him up as Nettles falls for a short gain. There is a penalty flag on the field. So we'll see what the call here is. And that is going to be against the Steelmen, a personal foul, which is going to tack 15 more yards on for the Spartans.
Yeah, this is an issue that a lot of teams that we've been covering have been facing, penalties either pulling them back defensively or pushing them backwards offensively, and that prevents a lot of opportunities for either team. So penalties play a big part in the outcome, and we'll see how both teams are able to keep their discipline in check tonight.
All right, so we're in that very familiar pistol set. We've got a trips receiver to the far side of the field as there's a short stoppage in play. Looks like everything is resituated. They wind the clock, and Neely's about to get the offense going. And we've got Nettles once again with the ball, and he's wrapped up nicely by the Steelman defense for no gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Spartans. Yeah, the Steelmen have struggled. This is their first year in the SPC. They currently sit at 1-7. They did snap earlier in the season a 50-plus game losing streak. And to put it in a little perspective, throughout the entire season, they've scored 59 points offensively.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to win games. That's pretty hard to win games when you have an offense that can't produce points, even if your defense is rock solid.
So Neely unable to handle the snap, but falls on it to recover what could have been a huge loss for the Spartan offense. So we're going to be at 3rd and 13. So the Steelmen are in a 40 defense, running a 4-3. We've got a double twins formation for the Spartan offense. Neely back to pass. He's got plenty of time, steps up in the packet, throws deep. He's got a man wide open. That's Soper, and that falls in and out of the hands of Nolan Soper. It was a nice play, just unable to execute as the there is a sideline warning against the Steelmen. But nonetheless, the punt team comes out onto the field for the Spartans. So a nice play, wide open, just unable to come down with the catch. So we've got Jorge Ocampo back to punt. For the Steelmen, they've got number 1, Jamari McNair, back to receive. The kick is underway, and there's a fair catch called down to the 30. So the Steelmen are going to come out with their opening series, 1st and 10 at their own 30. And there was a penalty. I don't know if that was an illegal formation. So the refs are talking it over with Coach Gibson. So the Spartan offense has really come alive these last 3 weeks. Started with a huge victory against Minooka, followed up by a home victory against Plainfield East 2 weeks ago. And last week they went on the road for a huge victory, 52-14 over Plainfield Central. So Joliet Central comes out with their opening series of the ball game. We've got number 15, Zachary Wisniewski, as the quarterback. They too are in the pistol formation. It's going to be a quick pass over to number 1. That's McNair, who makes a nice move and is able to pick up the first down. So on the very first play for the Joliet Steelmen, they pick up about 11 yards for a first down. So 1st and 10 for the Steelmen at the 43-yard line. So that was a nice pitch and catch on their opening play. The Spartans are in their 30 defense, the 3-3 stack. And that is a wide receiver bubble screen over to number 84. That's Frank Fagel. And he is quickly brought down after a very short gain of about 1, bringing up a 2nd and 9 for the Steelmen.
So the last game we covered against Plainfield East, one of the issues the Spartans defense was facing was the short pass for a long gain. So it's good to see they were able to suppress that one to just about a yard.
So a double twin set for the Steelman offense. We got the quarterback and running back in the backfield. We have motion from left to right. That's number 8. And once again, staying in the air, and there's some miscommunication between the quarterback and receiver. Number 21, that's David Stocking, as the receiver goes to the inside, the quarterback throws to the outside. So that's something you like to see for the Spartan defense, miscommunication on the Steelman offense.
Yeah, whatever can sway the Spartan side tonight will definitely help them pull out a victory and be one of the first teams, or in a long time, to go drop 0-5 and come back and win the last 4 games.
So 3rd and 9, we've got a trips formation to the home side of the field. And a blitz by the Spartan defense and a quick pass for a first down. That's Wisniewski to McNair. So the junior quarterback connects with the senior receiver for a Steelman first down.
So no miscommunication last time, or this time. So results in a first down for the Steelmen. They move into Spartan territory.
Yeah, so the Steelmen will be 1st and 10 at the 45, back to the Twins formation. We've got a motion to number 1. That is a live ball, and that falls out of bounds, fortunately for the Steelmen, but that is going to be a huge loss.
So good read by the defense, able to stop the runner from getting out too far.
Yeah, that was a lateral, making it a live ball on the field, not an incomplete pass, but it's considered a fumble. So that's going to put the Steelmen at 2nd and 22. So a fortunate break for the Spartan defense.
2 probable miscommunications between receivers and the quarterback.
And another quick pass over to number 1, breaks the first tackle. Nice spin move down the sideline, picks up good yardage, and that's going to put the Steelmen at 3rd and 12.
So a 3rd and long situation. You really don't see the run unless you have a talented running back like Jordan Nettles behind you. So we'll see if the Steelmen have that type of confidence in their running back.
Sure. They've kept a lot of, so far they've gone with the short passing attack, trying to attack the corners of the Spartan defense. So we got man in motion, quarterback trying to peruse the field under duress, and he throws it out of bounds
One of the fans almost gets a souvenir on that one.
And there is a penalty, late penalty, that might be intentional grounding by the quarterback.
There'll be a loss of down.
So intentional grounding called, which for the Steelman means it's still 4th down. It's just going to be 4th and a little bit longer. As you would imagine that they are going to punt the ball here.
Yeah.
After walk-off and a loss of down, it'll be 4th and 23 at their own 42.
So for the Spartans, we've got Daytwan Burge back to receive. And that is number 43, Antonio Aleos, off to kick. And we've got some movement along the line of scrimmage, as it looks that the Spartans jumped off sides. So that's going to give the Steelman 5 extra yards, but
Still
it's still going to be 4th and very long.
Yeah.
Just not as long now. So a very penalty-ridden game.
Yeah, already we've seen 3 penalties.
And not even 4 minutes into the game, and been quite a few penalties.
Punt goes to about the 20.
So a nice punt and takes a Steelman bounce, where it's going to be down at the Spartan 14. So the Romeoville offense comes out for their 2nd series tonight. Another penalty flag. So as always, we will try to bring you scores from around the area.
And from the Chicago Blackhawks. Making sure every sport is covered on this broadcast of football.
And for Cubs fans, they have the night off till the big game tomorrow, Game 6.
Low block on the return team.
Yeah, it's going to be another great pitching matchup again on Saturday night. Kyle Hendricks versus Clayton Kershaw, two of the best pitchers in the league this year.
Yeah, very well-pitched game. Their first time, a 1-0 ball game. Both pitchers pitched excellent.
Yeah, the only score was an unfortunate home run off of Kyle Hendricks, and that was it.
So that is another run. I believe that was Nettles on the carry. He's going to gain 1.
Gain 1 on the carry by Jordan Nettles to the 8-yard
So the Steelmen thus far have done a nice job of bottling up Jordan Nettles, not allowing him to break free, because he's extremely dangerous.
Yeah. After 8 weeks, you have to imagine the coaches have some kind of tapes on them, and they know what the play is going to be, and they know how to stop it now.
So the Spartans go to the I formation, Neely under center, and hands the ball off to Nettles for a 1st down run.
And there's the Jordan Nettles running we're used to, just breaking through all those tackles and powering through to get the 1st down.
So a nice little change of pace for the offense as they move from that pistol formation to give Nettles a lead back. And on the first play in that I formation, rips off 12 yards for a 1st down. So they're sticking with that I formation. Nettles is the deep back. Once again, Nettles has the ball, and he will gain 3. And it looks that Andres Jara is the lead back for Jordan Nettles on the last 2 plays.
After a gain of 4 to the 24-yard line.
So at 2nd and 6, Spartans are picking up some nice yardage on the ground in this 2nd series of the ball game. Approaching the halfway point in opening quarter action. Neely back in the gun. We got an option play. Neely on the carry. He's got a ton of room as he makes a nice move, nice block down the sideline, where he is down at the the Steelman 28-yard line.
Now that is a great run, and that was again utilized against Plainfield East 2 weeks ago, and that's where a lot of their big yardage plays came from, and it worked for them again.
So a nice read option play for Neely on the keeper.
The Spartans are in business with the first and 10 at the 28.
That was probably, what, about a 40-yard gain? So the Spartans are in business as they come out in a double twins formation. We've got Allen in motion.
The flag is thrown on that play, stopping anything from happening.
It looked like they were attempting a jet sweep, and that's going to be a penalty against the Spartans. Pushing the offense back to a 1st and 15.
Now this is where those pre-snap penalties really start to pile up, is when you're in the other opposing team's territory. You really want to prevent those penalties because 5 yards can be the difference between a touchdown and a field goal.
Absolutely. So the Spartans check in with a 1st and 15. We got a trips formation to the home side of the field. Nettles on the carry. Makes a nice move and picks up almost to the original line of scrimmage for a 2nd and 11. So prior to the game, it was a wonderful scene as the 24 senior football parents, or football seniors along with their parents, were recognized, along with the cheerleaders and the Poms and the band and the RHSTV crew.
Yeah, just a great night for a good celebration, honoring all the seniors that have really made their mark as a Spartan, including Jordan Nettles and other great football players. So,
yeah, so there, Neely's pass falls incomplete, intended for Sir Mohammed, which will bring the Spartans at 3rd and 11.
Another thing senior night did was honor a lot of the seniors in the band, and I used to do band in middle school, so seeing those guys about to graduate this year is kind of insane, considering it just feels like a couple days ago when I was in 6th grade trying to learn stuff from them.
And they have a big competition tomorrow at ISU. So good luck, band. Yeah, good luck to the band. So that's Neely once again on the carry. Picks up a good chunk of yards, about 8 yards, which is going to put the Spartans at a very manageable 4th and 3. So you think at this point of the field with 4th and 3, that definitely going to go for it.
Yeah.
Unless they wanted to attempt the Evan Lee field goal.
Yeah, you do have a good kicker, or a good kick option, excuse me, with the kicker of Evan Lee. For the first couple weeks, he had the highest points on the team. So, you know, he's a reliable kicker. The 2 blocks he had against him this year were both against Oswego, whose defense has been outstanding this whole IS season.
So Neely once again on the keeper, picks up the 1st down and more.
Another quarterback keeper by Cam Neely. Tackle made by number 7, D'Angelo
as the
Johnson.
Spartans inch closer to the end zone.
And we'll bring them into the red zone for the first time in this game.
The red zone tracker.
Sponsored by the Spartan Spuds. Go pick one up at the concession stand. Ate one before the game.
Yeah,
it
I
was
saw
delicious.
those look really good. So the Spartans are at 1st and 10 at the 13. Still have the ability to pick up a 1st down before getting into the end zone. So we got Allen in motion and Neely on the keeper.
You have to imagine that they're going to keep using the option of running Neely every time until the defense finally figures it out and then figure out something else to get them with.
Yeah, until they're able to adjust. But right now, Neely on the ground has been the main threat for the Spartan offense.
Neely comes out to tell the rest of the players the plan, and we'll see what happens on this play. Only a 2nd and 5, pretty close to the end zone. Wonder if you're going to see a pass instead of a run, but
yeah, the Spartans are at the 8. So we have a trips formation to the Steelman side of the field, and there is a sweep over to Nettles. Nettles got some room and dives into the end zone for a touchdown. So the Spartans are on the board as Nettles dives into the end zone, giving the Spartans a 6-0 lead over the Steelman.
so we don't see Neely running the ball this time, and the defense probably was leaning more towards that option, and then you have Nettles just come in with the sweep and get it run in for a touchdown.
So junior kicker Evan Lee comes out for the PAT attempt. And the kick was blocked, but there were whistles on the field. See what this is going to be an offsides against the Steelman.
Penalty is encroachment on the defense. We'll retry the kick.
So instead of going for the extra point, now with the ball closer to the goal line, the offense comes back out on the field for the 2-point attempt. So Neely in the offense, after just scoring that touchdown, comes right back onto the field for the 2-point conversion attempt.
So only 2:38 remaining in this first quarter. Both teams had the ball. Spartans had it for longer, and possession has taken down a lot of time.
Yeah, it's been a very quick-moving first quarter. I haven't seen any signal, and it looks like the Spartans fall short. So an unsuccessful 2-point attempt. But nonetheless, the Spartans maintain a 6-0 lead over the Steelmen.
I'd like to remind our fans and our guests that our concessions
So with 2:38 in first quarter action,
by the Athletic Booster Club and Band Boosters of Romeoville.
Spartans are on the board. So definitely, you know, the Spartans have made some nice adjustments offensively, you know, trying to get the ball early to Nettles. Then they went to Neely on the read option, gained pretty much all the way down to the goal line where Nettles was able to finish it off for the Spartan touchdown. So he adds to his total over the course of the season. And, you know, he's a nice weapon.
Yeah.
Nice weapon to have on the offense.
Yeah, when you have someone running over 1,200 yards.
Yeah. I said school record last week in terms of number of yards in a game, and right now he's got the school record for overall yards in a season.
So that should be a very hard record to beat. And when that running back comes along, that should be even more fun to watch.
All right, so Evan Lee ready for the kickoff. We've got number 1, McNair, back to receive. And we've got a very short kick as the Steelman, that's number 36, catches it in the air and brings the ball out to midfield.
Almost lets it go there.
So the Steelmen are going to have great field position on their third offensive series, starting right at the 50-yard line.
I couldn't tell if that was intentional or not. There was no harsh or celebratory action from Evan Lee after the kick. So.
All right, so we have McNair now is in the backfield. So a direct snap to the wide receiver for a gain of 4.
And that's something you don't see very often.
No, so I don't know if there was an injury to their quarterback. But right now, McNair is taking the snaps. So a Twins formation for the Steelman. McNair gets the ball and brought down by number 9, Mike Castros. Beautiful job. So I don't know with McNair in the backfield if that's going to inhibit their passing game a little bit.
Yeah, but their quarterback comes right back onto the field. So,
okay, so maybe just a little change of pace.
yeah.
See what kind of adjustment the defense has to McNair in the backfield.
Able to keep him to only 2 yards total. So
You're right. So number 15, Wisniewski, back in the shotgun. So a quick motion, Wisniewski back to pass, got plenty of time, has a man over the middle and overshoots him. That was intended to number 5, Zach Schreier. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 8. So started off with great field position, and the Steelmen haven't been able to do much with it. So credit thus far goes to the Spartan defense. So a nice crowd for the home side tonight.
senior night brings in a lot of parents.
Yeah, senior night always brings in a lot of parents.
Usually there's work and stuff, but you can always make an exception for a kid who's graduating this year, and this is probably going to be their
So
last
the punt
game.
almost blocked.
Rolls all the way back to around the 13-yard line.
Yeah, so a nice punt by number 43, Antonio Leos. He's going to pin the Spartan defense back with under 1 minute remaining in the last week of the season. And this
Yeah.
is going to be the last game for both teams. As tomorrow, the IHSA will reveal the playoff brackets. So that's always exciting for many teams around the area. You know, some teams know automatically that they're going to be in, and
Yeah.
sometimes you have these bubble teams that are at 5 wins that may or may not get in.
Yeah, so unfortunately for the Spartans, they took 5 losses this year, which means they're automatically ruled out.
Yeah, but, you know, riding a 3-game win streak, you know, if the Spartans, you know, come away with a victory going 4-5, would be a fantastic end to the season.
Yeah, it's been
And-
better.
and-
It'll be
and
better
bring
than
a
the
lot
past
of,
couple seasons.
a lot of, you know, feel-good moments
Yeah.
and, you know, a lot of enthusiasm for the off-season moving into next season.
Now that should really help the juniors and some of the people coming up from JV just to be able to feel the energy after you win and keep taking that momentum into every game afterwards. And a little bit of a lateral back to Nettles after Neely initially has the ball.
So he goes from one side of the field to the other side of the field,
However,
and
there-
that was an option.
there
And
is a flag thrown out. on that
beautiful
play, so-
run by Nettles, reverses course, runs all the way back across the field, which is over 50 yards.
Now lots of flags thrown on that one towards the 30-yard line.
And usually when you see a running back or any receiver come back, a lot of times you see a block in the back, which looks to be what the call is. So that's going to negate the fantastic run by Jordan Nettles.
When you give him space, he utilizes that speed and he goes. And that is very evident on that play right there.
Yeah, but that does bring an end to the first quarter as the Spartans maintain a 6-0 lead over the Steelmen.
Yeah, the story of that first quarter, the Spartans defense able to stop both the drives by the Steelmen and contain the passes to short gains for the most part, which is what led to a lot of Plainfield East points last week.
Absolutely.
So it's probably a key point in practice this week, making sure to stop those passes, and it has been evident.
We're offering hand warmers in the stands. $1 a piece. Get them while they're hot.
Yeah, I mean, over the course of the season, the defense has played overall, the defense has played fairly well.
It's just the effect of the offense not being able, or early on in the season, the offense not being able to really get down the field So you really only had field goal opportunities instead of touchdown and then a field goal. But you can have the best defense and still not win games.
Yeah, you still need to win. You still need to score. So in terms of scores around the area, Minooka and Plainfield South are tied up at 8 points apiece. And in other action, Romeoville is still up 6-0 over Joliet.
both only the games that have started. And that's Allen with the ball.
And Allen picked up a couple of touchdowns last week against the Wildcats of Plainfield Central. So that's been a nice 1-2 combo over the course of the season between Nettles and Allen. And, of course, the running ability of Neely. Now, both Nettles and Allen are seniors and will be graduating.
Yeah, the running back from JV is Kelvin Asmoa. So we will see what he brings to the table next year if he continues to go down the running back path. And that's Nettles with the ball, bringing it to a first down.
So the Spartans continue the ground attack, as that has really, led them to this 3-game win streak. And it's not just Jordan Nels. You got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line as well.
Yeah, you can't. Good blocking is very important.
Absolutely. And there's a pass from Neely.
Pass interference.
It looks like no call. Looks like there definitely could have been something called there.
I thought I saw a little push on the receiver, but
that was a pass intended for number 32, Sir Mohammed.
Be second and 10 for the Spartans at the 26.
So no call is made. Looks from our vantage point that there should have been something called there. But nonetheless, the ball falls incomplete, and the Spartans will be at 2nd and 10.
Very unfortunate call for the Spartans. That could have brought them up to the 50. So let's see if they try that same play again. Highly unlikely. To pass back to Allen.
So that's going to be a short pickup by Allen, and a penalty flag flies in late.
Maybe they're calling the pass interference from the last time.
And that's a personal foul face mask against the Steelman. So that's going to tack on 15 yards and give the Spartans a first down. So there has been a lot of yellow, and I see there is one pink flag. So 8 penalties so far, courtesy of the Herald News.
Moves the ball after the 43-yard line, 1st and 10 Spartans.
That's not what either team wants to see.
No.
So Neely, under duress, throws the ball deep, and that is, almost intercepted, in and out of the hands of number 1, McNair.
Yeah, Allen realized that ball was going to be caught by that defender, so he swatted out of his hands when it touched. Now, speaking of the color pink, you see a couple of the players on Central and not many on the Spartans wearing pink in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Still going on the whole month of October. You see the NFL participate in that a lot. So it's good to see that they're putting that influence into the high school league.
Yeah, I know the volleyball team always does a Volley for the Cure game where all proceeds go to the Susan Komen Foundation. And there is Allen on the pitch. So the option to Allen, and he runs down the sideline, picking up a first down.
Yeah.
Another penalty flag. Wow.
Someone's going to need to wash all these flags when they're done from all the times they're going to be thrown onto the grass.
In another sports, the boys and girls cross country team has their regional tomorrow. They'll be running at Delwood Park in Lockport, and the refs wave off the flag. So the huge run by Tyreen Allen will stand, giving the Spartans a first down.
Now, also in other sports, boys soccer has the regional final game tomorrow. Very strong team this year for the Spartans.
Yeah, on Wednesday they defeated Yorkville 3-0, and they will play Neuqua Valley tomorrow for the regional championship.
Now that should be a very good matchup because Neuqua Valley has a lot of good sports teams there, good sports programs.
And on Monday, the girls volleyball team plays their regional game. I'm not exactly sure who they play, but I know they play at TF South. So there's Nettles off tackle, makes a hurdle move, and picks up great yardage, and another penalty flag comes flying in.
Nettles on the carry inside the 10-yard line, but there's a penalty.
Do these refs get paid by the call?
I don't know. Seems like they're very flag happy tonight. Other than the pass interference.
That they didn't call.
Other than the plays that the fans can see, but all the minor stuff that really only the refs can see on the field, all being called tonight. Which is kind of strange considering that this game won't really have an effect on the results of the playoffs, so we expect the refs to be a little more loose tonight.
An unsportsmanlike conduct against the offense.
Moves the ball back to the 20-yard line.
So that's going to push the Spartan offense back to the 20-yard line, which will set them up for a 2nd and 2. So we have Neely and Nettles in the backfield. 3 wide receiver set. Neely back to pass, has a man over the middle, and doesn't quite connect. That was intended for Soper. So a 3rd and 2 for the Spartans.
Now, there were a couple beautiful pass routes run by the receivers a couple weeks ago. Just the passes haven't been able to connect as well as the Spartans would like them to, either being a little bit overthrown or just bad communication. Especially farther down the field you go. There was the one that was thrown to Soper that he just barely missed it. And
so the Spartans are going to come back to that I formation. They've had some success early on with Jara being the lead back for Nettles. Got to imagine Nettles is going to get the ball. And he does. Picks up the first down and more. So he's going to give the Spartans a 1st and 10.
And no flags thrown on this one, so this one will stand.
At the 14. Yeah, and no flags. That might be the more amazing part.
Yeah. Might not even have to say the yards anymore to say if there's a flag or not.
First down. 14-yard line.
So Spartans will enter the red zone. Last time that happened, they were able to get a touchdown. So we'll see if that same fortune strikes the Spartans again.
So there is Allen on the jet sweep, but a nice job by number 7, D'Angelo Johnson, to bring Allen down for a loss of 4.
Yeah, he read where that guy was where Allen was going, and he just was able to tackle him behind the line.
Romeoville High School also kicked off today their Spartan values, bringing awareness to bullying. And all next week is going to be a spirit week. I believe Monday is pajama day.
Yep.
And so 3rd period today, everybody watched roughly a 10-minute video kicking off the anti-bullying campaign. So there's Neely on the keeper, down the sideline, picks up the first down before he is knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, going along with that Spartan values thing, the elementary schools this week are doing Red Ribbon Week.
Cam Neely on the carry.
And since Halloween is on a Monday this year, they moved the start of it back to Tuesday.
Oh.
So Monday will be their big Halloween day, and they'll dress up. But the Spartans Values Week starts on Monday, and it's the same kind of premise. It's just a theme week to get the point across. Spartan Values is bullying prevention, and Red Ribbon is drug prevention. So a couple good programs instituted at all of the Valley View schools.
So the Spartans are in business, 1st and 3 at the 3. As Nettles is stopped just short of the goal line, but another penalty flag.
There's a penalty on the play.
I feel like this is Groundhog Day.
Yeah, every play.
So we'll see what the call is. It's going to be a face mask against the Steelman, which is going to be half the distance to the goal, putting the offense
Face mask on the defense.
at about first
Half the distance to the
and
goal.
a
half.
foot.
Second down for the Spartans.
First and a foot.
You could just have the center run it in.
the center sneak.
Yeah.
I believe they banned that play. So back to the I formation. You got Jara and Nettles in the backfield. Nettles with the carry, and Nettles in for the touchdown. So his second touchdown of tonight, pushing the Spartans' lead 12-0. So Lee comes out onto the field to attempt the extra point with 7:39 remaining in the first half.
So a different kind of flag being run along the sideline tonight. The RHS flag, and after every touchdown, somebody will run the flag across the track.
Like to see that flag back and forth all night long.
So another blocked field goal attempt.
Point after attempt is no good.
So that point after
After the rushing touchdown.
So if you're
doesn't
joining,
connect.
yeah. So if you're joining us a little late, the reason why the Spartans have 12 and not 14 with their 2 touchdowns is because both of the point after attempts have been failed. This one was blocked, and the first one was blocked, and then there was a penalty flag called on the Steelman, so they went for a 2-point conversion, and that was stopped.
That's a good recap.
Try my best.
So in terms of area action, Lincoln Way East has a 7-0 lead over the Porters of Lockport. So this game hasn't been pretty. You know, the Spartans have been very effective on the ground game. But
Yeah. No
you know,
really
I think
spectacular throwing
no,
plays yet.
the penalties have just kind of really slowed the tempo of the game down. It's like every other play, there's a flag on the field.
So we'll see the kick this time. Last time, the ball kind of shot up into the air and couldn't tell if that was intentional or not.
So we have Jorge Ocampo kicking off instead of Lee.
Yeah, Jorge Ocampo, he was the punter a couple weeks ago, and he used the rugby-style kick to punt the ball. Can't do that with the kickoff.
So we've got an onside kick attempt, and the Steelmen come away with the ball.
So 2 strange kickoffs from the Spartans.
Good kick recovered by the Steelman.
We have attempted the onside kick quite a few times
Yeah.
over the course of the season. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't. But you play the odds. There's a team, I believe, maybe in Texas, that they onside kick every single time. They always go for it on 4th down, no matter what. They always go for 2, no matter what. So that pass attempt falls incomplete.
And what's their record like, the Texas team?
The guy figured out the odds, and he's just banking the odds that you are better off doing that every single time.
Wow. That seems...
It's not a philosophy that all coaches share.
No, it seems so strange that that would actually work.
But for them, it's been very successful.
And you have to imagine that the teams would pick up on that, and they'd be able to eventually suppress him, but...
So a trips formation for the Steelmen. Quarterback back to pass. Looking down the left sideline, and the pass is, completed, but the receiver was out of bounds. So that will be an incomplete pass, giving the Steelmen a 3rd and 10 at the 47. So the Steelmen this series have opened up with 2 pass plays. Both have fallen incomplete. We'll see what the Spartan defense does, if they try to bring some pressure or they sit back in more of a zone. Spartans come with the blitz. Quick pass. Ooh, nice tackle by Ocampo. We'll see where the spot is. It looks like the Steelmen are going to be just short. So a 9-yard pickup. Ocampo with the nice tackle to prevent the first down. So the Steelmen will have a 4th and 1.
So they're going to pull a Texas team and, oh, excuse me, no, they're not. It looked like they were lining up for a play, but the punter is out.
So that's number 1 back at the quarterback position. Direct snap to him, and he picks up the first down and more, and he is going to run into the end zone for the touchdown. That's Jamare McNair with the direct snap run up the middle, giving the Steelmen their first points.
He bolted right off of that line.
He's got some speed.
Yeah, that looked fast. And I'm sure it felt fast for the Spartans defense. Kind of just a blur running past them.
Yeah, so that touchdown cuts into the Spartan lead as the Steelmen will attempt the PAT, point after attempt. That's number 43 with the kick up and in, giving the Steelmen 7 points. But the Spartans maintain a 5-point lead at 12-7 with 6:32 remaining in the first half. So a nice job. Got to give some credit there to the Steelmen as McNair able to showcase his speed.
Play the odds going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, on a 4th and 1 attempt to bust it up the middle for a touchdown. So that brings life to the Steelman sideline. As in area action, Plainfield North takes a 7-0 lead over Joliet West. And Joliet Catholic, who's really struggled this season, is down 10 to Marist.
And the Chicago Blackhawks are losing 3-1 to the Columbus Blue Jackets, a team that is 0-2. Not a great start to the season for the Blackhawks. If they lose tonight, they drop to 2-3.
And obviously not a great season for the Bears. Unfortunately, I sat through the Bears game last night. Stayed true. Yeah, didn't watch too much of the Cubs because I was watching the Bears.
I was the opposite. I was watching a lot more of the Cubs than I was of the Bears.
I'm going to assume most people were that way.
Yeah. Pretty sure after the 3rd quarter, a lot of people just started watching the Cubs, even if they were Sox fans.
So that's Jordan Nettles that is going to be brought down by the Steelmen at the 15-yard line. So the
Here's
Spartans
the penalty on the kick return.
will be 1st and 15, or excuse me, 1st and 10 at the 15. Looks like the refs are talking something over. It was a penalty. That's going to be a holding against the Spartans.
Hold on the return for the Spartans.
They said it was declined.
You got him in the hole back there, and you kick it again, though, because break it.
Wait. I was going to say, why? It's not something that you would decline. This has been a very strange game.
I don't know if the refs got the memo. The U.S. Flag Day is June 14th. So
All right, so trips formation. Neely hands the ball off to Nettles. Nettles squeezes through a nice hole for a gain of 9. Nope, that's going to be a gain of 10 for a first down. Another nice run by Jordan Nettles. Keeps adding to his total for the season. Coming into the season, or coming into tonight's game with over 1,200 yards on the ground. He's got 2 touchdowns. So Allen in motion. Another penalty flag, and that is a pitch and catch from Neely to Allen. This is going to be an offsides against the Steelman. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty, giving the Spartans 1st and 5 at the 23. This has been a very sloppy first half. So trips formation to the home side of the field. Neely and Nettles in the backfield, and Nettles is handed the ball and met by a host of Steelman defenders. It's going to be a short loss on the play, giving the Spartans a 2nd and 6.
Loss of 1 on the carry. Back to the 22-yard line, 2nd and 6.
So the clock keeps winding down, approaching the 5-minute point.
So what really be helpful for the Spartans is taking that last touchdown into the end of the half. You always want that locker room momentum.
So Neely connects with a wide open, that's Timothy Rodriguez. And he is going to be tackled at the 50. So a nice job by Neely to connect with Rodriguez.
Number 80, Timmy Rodriguez. Brought down by 84, Frank Beagle.
And that's a huge first down for the Spartans.
First down for the Spartans.
So there'll be 1st and 10 at the 50. So Neely in the gun, hands the ball off to Nettles. Nettles tries to get to the outside, reaches the corner, picks up about 7 before he is wrestled down by the Steelman.
Carries by 28, Jordan Nettles. Brought down after a 6-yard gain by number 1, Kamari McNair.
So we've heard McNair's name
Quite a bit.
quite a bit, both on the offense and defensive side. Seems like a very mellow atmosphere right now.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of, there's not a huge,
Calm.
yeah. There's not a huge push for a, there's not nervousness, but there's not excitement either, so. So the ball came out on that play.
And that is
Recovered by the Steelman.
recovered by the Steelman. So that's a huge play for the Steelman defense, able to come away with the turnover, giving the Steelman offense, after just scoring a touchdown, nice field position. So the Steelman will be at 1st and 10 at the 42.
Only 3:28 remaining, but both teams do still have all 3 timeouts.
So we'll see what the Steelman dials up. They got a 5 wide receiver set. It's the first time we've seen that formation. And the quarterback is brought down. Brought down for the sack. That is number 54. That is Ampadu. Nice job by Thaddeus Ampadu on the quarterback sack. A loss of 4, putting the Steelman at 2nd and 14 at the 38. So a wide receiver screen picks up about 5.
So right after the sack, they go right back to the passing game.
And so the Steelmen are going to be at 3rd and 9.
Brought down by 24, Burley Johnson.
That was Burley Johnson on the tackle.
5 on the play after the 43-yard line. The 3rd and 9 for the Steelmen.
So they got a trips formation to the home side. Quarterback back to pass. He's got some nice protection. He decides to scramble, goes down the sideline to the left, and he is going to pick up the 1st down. So that's going to give a 1st and 10 for the Steelmen. Nice job by Zach Wisniewski. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Steelmen as we are approaching the 2-minute point in the first half. Staying with that same formation. Wisniewski back to pass. Once again, scrambles to the left.
However, there is a
It's
flag
like
thrown on
deja
that play.
vu. Same play, picks up 10 yards for the 1st down, but there is a penalty in the area of holding, and that's what the call is. So that's going to push the Steelmen back 10, putting them at a 2nd and 20.
So time dwindles down. 1:56 remaining.
And the penalty is a hold on the offense. Moves it back into Joliet Central territory at the 42-yard line. 1st and 22.
Excuse me, so Joliet will be at 1st and 22.
That's a little bit of a hill to climb.
So a 4 wide receiver set. They put the ball on the ground. That's to number 24, Ernest Grant. Picks up a couple of yards before being brought down by a couple of Spartan defenders. And another penalty.
It's a hold on the offense.
Ugh.
All
feel like we're
right,
never
so
gonna
that's
get
going
a
to push
first down.
the Steelman back 10 more yards. So they're pretty much going to be at 1st and Joliet.
Ball will be spotted at the 31-yard line after the penalty.
Feels like 1st down's going to be going on for a lot longer than 1 minute and 39 seconds.
So we are at 1st and 31 at the Steelman 31. looks to be some confusion. So the Spartans decide to decline the penalty. So they decline the penalty, which is going to put them at a 2nd and 21.
Ooh, false start.
So the Steelmen are saying offsides, the Spartans are saying false start, and the Spartans are right, as it is a false start on the offense, which is going to push him back 5 more yards to a 2nd and 28.
Now, as we've seen in most football games, these last 2 minutes of either half can take 20. And as of now, all these flags and the short little movements from each player, or excuse me, the short little movements from each drive.
Yeah, double twins formation. We got a man in motion by the Steelmen. Quarterback back to pass, and the pass ball is incomplete, intended for number 2. And that was number 23, Burge, on the coverage.
So this could be a huge stop or a huge play.
So you
from
think
the
for the Spartans,
Steelmen.
why they declined it is they want the opportunity to get the ball back with as much time as they possibly can. So 3rd and 26, we got a screen pass over to number 24, who finds a lane down the sideline, and he is going to run into the end zone for a Steelman touchdown.
Now, I'm not a referee for good reason, but I'm pretty sure I saw a couple, I don't know, blocks that did not look legal to me on that one. I saw somebody run in from behind somebody.
So on a 3rd and 24, the screen pass goes down the sideline for the Steelman touchdown, and they take the lead 13-12.
And it looks like,
so the extra point attempt by number 43, Antonio Aleos. So what a turn of events. And that kick is not pretty, but up and good, giving the Steelmen a 14-12 lead over the Spartans.
now if you're the Spartans, you can't let the Steelman go into this half with the lead. You have to do something on this drive, even if it's just a field goal.
So wow, what a turn of events. So, the Spartans were in an envious position, 3rd and very long, opportunity to get the ball back with lots of time, and the Steelmen come through. So with 1:16 remaining, the Spartans are about to receive the kickoff. So we've got Allen and Burge back to return. So Plainfield North has a 20-0 lead over Joliet West. Minooka has a 15-8 lead over Plainfield South.
Chicago Blackhawks have a 2-3 deficit. So they got one, but it's already the 3rd period. And
So
here's the
a
kick.
squib kick picked up by number 33. That's Kevin Patterson on a nice return, putting the Spartans in decent field position, 1st and 10 at the 42. So they have 1:12 remaining. They do have, as you mentioned before, they have all 3 of their timeouts. So there's still plenty of time. The Spartans do have big play capabilities, as they will look to tack on some points and go into halftime with the lead. Right now, down by 2. So the Spartans have really dominated the game so far, minus 2 huge plays. But unfortunately, those 2 huge plays by the Steelman have resulted in touchdowns. So there is a pitch and catch over to Soper. That's going to be a first down throw.
Inside Joliet Central Territory at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the 46. So the clock is still winding down. That's Neely on the keeper. Picks up a nice gain down the sidelines. Goes out of bounds. Yeah, goes out of bounds to stop the clock with 52 seconds remaining.
Inside the 30-yard line, the 28.
So the Spartans will be inside the 30 at the 28. 1st and 10. Still plenty of time, you know, with all 3 of their timeouts especially. So no need to press.
So thankfully, with all 3 timeouts, the Spartans are able to utilize running plays, not only passing
Sure.
plays.
So pretty much their entire offense is open to them, and the Steelmen are going to take their first timeout of tonight to talk it over, to slow down the 2 big plays by the Spartan offense.
Yeah, now on the other side of baseball from the Cubs and the Dodgers, you also have the American League champions, the Cleveland Indians, able to move past the Toronto Blue Jays by 4-1 in the series.
Yeah, the Indians are on a roll right now, and really it's been led by their bullpen. I mean, their bullpen has just dominated the playoffs thus far. I think Andrew Miller was the MVP of the American League Conference.
Now, in your opinion, I don't know how much you've been watching the NLCS, but who do you think would be the MVP for that? In my opinion, if the Cubs win, I think it's going to be Baez, because his defensive plays have been outstanding.
Yeah,
and his offense has been pretty good.
I'd say he'd be a leading candidate. Oh, there's Neely on the pitch. Over to Allen. A very late pitch. And he rips off 10 yards for a Spartan first down.
And gets out of bounds. Stops the clock at 45.8 seconds.
All the way down to the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 Spartans.
So with 45 seconds remaining, the Spartans are at 1st and 10 at the 18. 4 wide receiver set. Neely back to pass. Looking to the corner of the end zone to Soper, and Soper catches the ball for a touchdown.
And so now this crowd comes alive.
Yeah, so that is an 18-yard pitch and catch from Neely to Soper. More importantly, putting the Spartans back into the lead.
So Evan Lee is out there to kick the field goal. If he gets stopped 3 times tonight, I'm going to be very surprised. And it looks like...
Yeah. So Romeoville takes its first timeout as Soper comes down with the catch, giving the Spartans an 18-14 lead with just over 40 seconds remaining. So I will say what started out as a very quick first quarter has turned into a pretty long first half.
Yeah, all these penalties
And
are
a lot of that
dragging them down.
is because of the penalties. There's just been a lot of stoppage of play tonight. I like the stoppage of play when the Spartans are in the end zone.
Yeah, this is fine.
I don't mind that at all. We'd like to see more of that. So after the timeout, Spartan offense is going to come back out in the field. We got the I formation, and they pitch the ball to Nettles, and he punches it in.
And one of the Central players tackled his own teammate after Nettles danced around him. So
yeah, so the 2-point conversion is good on the option as Cam Neely pitches it to Nettles, giving the Spartans a 20-14 lead over the Steelman. So another huge turn of events as the Steelman score that touchdown to take the lead, and the Spartans in very quick fashion, about 30 seconds, in about 30 seconds, march down the field and punch it into the end zone, reclaiming the lead.
And that is the first successful point after by the Spartans on 3 touchdowns. So that's kind of a different thing than we've seen over these past couple weeks and in general. So the Spartans are lining up to kick this ball. The normal kicker of Evan Lee is out there to kick the ball.
So we got number 1, that is McNair, back to receive. We'll see what the Spartans decide to do. They've gone with a couple of very short kicks.
Yeah, we've seen the speed of McNair, so I would not want to kick it off to him. He's a very fast and strong person to be able to break through those tackles also. Weighs in at 175, only standing at 5'11".
Yeah, so there is the kick. That's over to number 84, who has a crease down the sideline, and he is going to be brought down just short of the 50. That's Frank Fiegel.
Thankfully for the Spartans, that return was able to wear off a good 8 seconds off the clock. That's really the only good thing you can say for the Spartans on that one.
So Joliet has 2 timeouts, just over 30 seconds remaining. They have the ball at midfield. So we'll see what their offense dials up. So they're going to go to a double twin set to a 5 wide as McNair motions it out. They got a man down the field, and the pass is overthrown.
And there is going to be a flag thrown on that play.
There was a flag?
I must just be seeing things at this point.
You're just assuming that there was a
Yeah,
flag, right?
I thought I saw something come out from the referee's pocket. Could have been a cell phone or something.
All right, so 2nd and 10. Same formation. Oh, we got a bobbled snap, and quarterback falls on top of that. Wisniewski. So that's going to drop the Steelman to a 3rd and 15. So the Steelman take a timeout with 22 seconds remaining. So if you're the Steelman, what do you think here? You trying to pick up that first down, or you just
I think you go for the end zone at this point in the game. Because even if you get that first down, you're most likely going to have to use a timeout. And if it takes long enough, you could already be wearing the clock down 10, 9, 8 seconds. Nearly not enough time to craft a brilliant play.
So both teams are called back out on the field. We'll see what the Spartan defense decides to do, if they're going to bring some pressure. They have previously on 3rd and long have blitzed. They play that zone, and the quarterback throws the ball over to McNair, and that pass falls incomplete, bringing up a 4th and 15.
Yeah, from the Spartans' defense, they've been pretty good on the pass defense, especially the longer passes. You haven't seen many completions in the 20-yard range, or of the throw, not the running afterwards. We've seen a lot of running after quick passes.
Yeah, that's very true.
But those long passes haven't been working out well for either team. So
at 4th and 15, that's a Leos back to punt. So the Spartans coming with pressure. Leo's able to get the ball away, and that's going to be number 23, Burge, on the return back out to the 45-yard line.
now with 6.2 seconds left with the lead, do you risk taking a long pass, or you just take the knee and wear the half out?
After the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 Spartans.
That's a good question.
And we'll get an answer pretty
I mean,
soon.
you don't. That's tough. If it were me, and it's not me making the decisions, I think I would be satisfied going into halftime with a 20 to 14 lead.
Yep.
And you know, I wouldn't try to do anything fancy. Maybe just keep the ball on the ground and then see what comes of that.
Yep, I completely agree.
You know, go into halftime with the lead. That's the important thing.
Now, in the middle of us talking, I accidentally untied my shoe. When I went to retie it, I tied a cord from my headset into it. So I'm having fun over here.
Ooh.
Somehow I still manage 4.2 GPA. Yet I can't do simple things like tie my shoe.
So everyone looks to be okay. And so this looks to be the last play of the first half. They go to the air, and that is, we got the hook and ladder. So that was Soper over to Nettles. Tried the hook and ladder, didn't quite work. Well, I mean, it worked. It worked, but it would
have been a nice play if there wasn't 6 seconds remaining.
Wasn't able to pick up the touchdown, but nonetheless, the Spartans will go into halftime with a 20-14 lead over the Steelmen.
All in all, good half for the Spartans. Defense looked pretty solid, and offense able to get 20 points.
Yeah. Other than giving up 2 big plays, the Spartan defense has done a nice job containing the Steelman offense, and you know, hopefully it's a little more clean second half. You know, so you don't see the penalties flying, but the halftime festivities are just beginning as we have the Sparkles that are going to perform. The band is going to perform, so stay tuned. Grab something to eat, grab something to drink, and we'll be back very shortly for second half action.
Let's hear it for those Sparkles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your Varsity Spartans.
I still hear your voice when you sleep next to me. I still feel your touch in my dream. Forgive me my weakness, but I don't know why. Without you, it's hard to survive. 'Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling, and every time we kiss, I swear I could fly. Can't you feel my heart beat fast? I want this to last. Need you by my side. 'Cause every time we touch, I feel the static, and every time we kiss, I reach for the sky. Can't you hear my heart beat so? I can't let you go. Want you in my life.
Your Varsity Spartans, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your Varsity Cheerleaders. Ladies and gentlemen, your Varsity Cheerleaders. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, time to get out those raffle tickets for our giant pumpkin. The winning ticket is number 535262. One more time, that winning ticket is 535262. If you own the winning ticket, please go to the Southwest Concourse and look for the ROTC tent. Once again, winning ticket 535262 for the giant pumpkin at the ROTC tent. Congratulations.
Hello, everybody. This is a test. This is a test for Romeoville High School sound system. This is only a test.
Are here, taking control of an old Egypt. It is time for a new look, a new feel, and a new sound. We are now in Neo-Egyptian.
This is my 12th year.
We are
How'd you like Germany? Okay.
Level 16. More new sound and new coming.
All right, welcome back to second half action as we just enjoyed wonderful performances by the Sparkles, the Poms, the cheerleaders, and the band. And the band is going to be performing that same halftime show tomorrow at ISU for their competition. So best of luck to them. It was a great recognition for the seniors of the cheerleaders and the Poms. Senior night is always just a wonderful night. It's a way to once again just thank the seniors for everything that they do for Romeoville High School. Now, in terms of the game, we have the lead 20-14. It was a very slow-moving first half. It started off very quickly, but there were numerous penalties that that littered the field and just slowed the play down.
Yeah, there was so many calls made on both teams that the Spartans had a couple great rushes, but they probably were because of the penalties that occurred. So both of them got canceled out.
Yeah, as we mentioned going into the halftime, the Spartan defense has done a wonderful job, minus 2 plays. And, the Steelman had 2 big plays, and unfortunately both of those 2 big plays landed in touchdowns. But, the Spartans have pretty much controlled both the offense and defense. But, they only have a 6-point lead going into the third quarter. So for the senior football players, this is going to be the last 24 minutes of their high school career.
Yeah. Now that you can either think of that as a time to really shine or a time to just, finish out, not really give your best effort.
No,
So
I think you want to go out on top. You want to get the victory tonight. Ending in a season that will culminate in a 4-5 record. So I would imagine that both teams are going to pull out all the stops in this second half to win this game. So now it comes down to who wants it more.
And the buzzer sounds, so both teams now will get set for the start of the second half.
Yeah, and the Spartans got the opening possession. So the Steelman will receive. right, so we thank you for tuning in tonight, listening to us bring you Romeoville High School football coverage. It's always been I've done this for the last several years, and it's something I really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And, hopefully you don't mind listening to us.
No, I'm glad I was able to get a spot up here this year.
Yeah. Hopefully that will continue over the next couple
Yeah,
of years.
I think we do okay up here.
Only a sophomore, so got a couple more good years of broadcasting games.
Maybe next year I won't describe stuff as a defensive play thing as I did my first time.
Well, yeah.
Got to start somewhere, though.
So the Steelman receive the Evan Lee kick, and that's going to be number 2. That is brought down very quickly. Number 2, Alan Smith, brought down by number 21, Jorge Ocampo. So the Steelmen will take the first possession of the second half.
Steelman will start this drive at their own 32.
So we'll see what they try to do. They had success with McNair in the backfield.
Yes, definitely.
And they start off with McNair in the backfield. And so pretty much that same play that he scored on before, he is going to be wrestled down by number 44. That is Andres Jara, who tackles him after McNair gains 3.
So after McNair's couple big rushes with that same kind of play, the Spartans defense able to adjust to that and keep them contained to just 2 yards.
You would imagine that was something that was very much discussed at halftime by the defensive side of the ball. And so McNair, once again, will be in the backfield, kind of that diamond formation. And McNair with the carry, and there it is. Big play by McNair, and he is off to the end zone. And the Steelmen, in the first minute of the second half, score the touchdown on a long run by Jamari McNair.
So that's the second huge run we've seen from him this game. And, man, if he finds a gap, he's gone.
Yeah, he has tremendous speed. So that will leave number 43, Antonio Aleos, on to attempt the extra point to give the Steelman the lead. And that kick is up, and it is good. So the Steelmen come away in less than a minute and from a deficit to a 1-point lead. So if you're the Steelmen, you couldn't draw that up any better. 2 plays, touchdown.
Happens, and defense was able to contain him the first time, and then McNair found that gap, and he went. After he got past that, the first line of defenders, those safeties could not catch up to him.
No, not at all.
I would not be surprised if he's a sprinter in track.
That would not surprise me. So in this short break around the area, Plainfield North has a 32-7 lead over Joliet West. Oswego with a 22-0 lead over Plainfield Central. Minooka with a 29-14 lead over Plainfield South, and Oswego East 39-3 over Plainfield East. Lincoln Way East also up 21-0 over Lockport, and Homewood Flossmoor in a big game for Bolingbrook is up 14-7. Bolingbrook needs that game to make it to the playoffs. So Aleos with the kick. That's going to be deep to Burge. Picks it up at the 10, and he is brought down at about the 30.
So McNair is playing all sides of the field tonight. He's been on offense, he's been on defense, and now he was on special teams. And, man, he's still out there. So I don't know how he's not
Man,
I would be exhausted.
He by far is the main attraction for the Steelman.
Yeah. I mean, I played 3 hours of 3-man baseball, and I can't imagine doing this.
All right, so the Spartans come out, and first play, hand the ball off to Nettles, and he bounces it to the outside and is brought down for no gain. So first play of the second half for the Steelmen, or excuse me, for the Spartans, will result in a 2nd and 10. So as the fall season is winding down, that means we're going to be entering into winter season. So we got boys and girls basketball. It's going to be starting very quickly. Bowling will also be starting very quickly as well. So there is a nice run by Nettles. Picks up the first down and more out to midfield, giving the Spartans a first down.
For me personally,
so a nice run by Jordan Nettles.
Winter begins the season for spring training for volleyball for myself. So that's going to bring up conditioning and lots of open gyms for better experience. So winter's a really good time to train yourself or participate in another sport. And I know a couple of these football players play basketball.
Yeah, and I don't want to forget wrestling as well.
And wrestling, yes.
Be starting very, very quickly. So we have a trips formation. Neely in the gun with Nettles, hands the ball off to Nettles, and he is brought down by 3 Steelman defenders for a loss of 2.
So the running game, this starting off right away for the Spartans, for the most part, has been kind of contained. Nettles getting no gain and now a loss. Then on the second run of the drive, he was able to get a first down. So we'll see what happens on this one if they decide to play it on the ground again, which they do.
And so Nettles fumbles the ball, and haven't seen any call. Looks like Nettles was able to recover that. So that's going to put the Spartans in a very 3rd and long situation. So the mishandling of the ball between Neely and Nettles will put the Spartans at 3rd and 16. So we'll see what the offense decides, what they decide to do. They've got a trips formation to the home side of the field. Neely back to pass. Scrambles to his right. Throws deep across the body, and that is McNair on the interception. So once again, number 1, Jamari McNair comes away with a big play, this time on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Neely under pressure really had no choice other than to try to find a receiver down the field, and McNair playing all sides of the all aspects tonight for the Steelman. So interception for him.
Neely under duress, throws the interception, and with 8:26 remaining in the 3rd quarter, Joliet comes out for their 2nd possession, and McNair stays in the backfield. Another direct snap to McNair. And he makes another nice move, picks up about 15 before he runs out of bounds. So Joliet has definitely found something that has worked, and they're sticking to it.
Yeah.
So they're going to stay in that same exact formation. 2 lead blockers for McNair, and McNair is brought down that time very quickly. That is Ampadu. So nice job by Ampadu. That's going to be a short loss.
Lost the one on a carry by Jamar McNair
for the Steelmen, which is going to put them at a 2nd and 11.
for the Steelman.
Looks like they're sticking in that same formation. We got a twins to the home side. Looks like some last-minute adjustments by the Spartan defensive line, and that is McNair once again trying to get the corner, and he does, and he's going to be brought down very close to a first down. We'll see where it is marked. It might be just short.
And this direct snap play for the Steelman is really the story of this second half so far. Not even halfway through this third quarter, and we've already seen a touchdown and a couple big rushes.
So that is the Steelman at 3rd and 1. The Spartan defense crowds the line of scrimmage. McNair once again met at the line of scrimmage, but picks up the first down. That was a collision. But for the Steelmen, it will result in a first down, giving them a 1st and 10 at the 50. McNair is going to be one tired player after tonight's game.
I'm pretty sure he'll be sleeping well tonight.
So a motion as McNair keeps the ball once again, picks up more yardage, about 4. It's going to put the Steelmen at 2nd and 6.
4-yard gain by Jamari McNair to the 46-yard line, 2nd and 6.
And it looks like the quarterback, number 15, Wisniewski, checks in. So McNair is going to go to receiver as Wisniewski is in the backfield with number 24, Ernest Grant. And they go to the air this time, and that is a pitch and catch over to number 21, who David Stocking, who picks up the first down.
Yeah, he was kind of met by a couple of Spartan defenders very shortly after he caught that ball, but right before it, the pass was kind of behind him, so it looked like he wasn't going to be able to make the catch, but he was able to pull it in and get the first down.
For a first down at the Spartan 38-yard line.
So Wisniewski stays in at quarterback. We got McNair, who is alone to the far side of the field, and they look to throw the ball to him. They get the ball to him, and he picks up about 8. So a nice play from Wisniewski to McNair.
Jack Wisniewski's pass complete to Jamari McNair.
So the Steelmen are going to be at 2nd and 3. So the Steelmen have been very methodical this drive. So 4 wide receivers. Wisniewski back to pass. Scrambles to the right, under some pressure, but able to find the corner. And he is brought out of bounds after a nice gain. It's going to put the Steelmen at a 3rd and
inches, I'd call it.
3rd and short.
9-yard gain.
3rd and short, yes. 3rd and 1.
So we'll see probably a direct snap to McNair.
Yep, so McNair, nope. Yep, McNair back in the backfield.
And here's a snap.
And there is the direct snap to McNair, who picks up the first down for the Steelmen. So that has been a very successful play.
So the offensive line for the Steelmen has been doing a great job of giving McNair the opportunity to find those gaps. And that's what got them the first touchdown, is creating that gap right down the middle.
And one of the lead backs in that formation has also been a lineman. So same formation. McNair once again with the ball. Once again, able to break a few tackles, picks up another first down. So the Steelmen have definitely found something that has worked.
I like the for McNation. That should
Yeah.
that's what they should call that play.
I'm just making up words now.
Yeah, it's okay.
Been a long day of talking.
Yeah, teaching and now having to commentate in a very long football game.
So we have an injured player on the field.
So as we were mentioning scores from around the area earlier, Blackhawks take a loss, 3-2.
Ugh, that's not good.
Man, do I not like watching them lose.
Well, let's put it this way. Who likes watching their team lose?
Well, when they've won 3 championships in 5 years, you don't expect them to lose to the
expect
worst
them
team
to
in the
lose.
league. Oh, I wish I were making it up that they lost to the worst team in the league too, but I'm not. They finished dead last year.
Columbus did?
Yeah. Yeah.
So checking area action, Providence has a 7-0 lead over Mount Carmel. Marist with a all over Joliet Catholic, 27-0. And no change in the Holwood Flossmoor Bolingbrook score. So we'll continue to bring you scores as we receive them over the course of the evening tonight.
So more specific about Spartan Valley's week, especially about Pajama Day, there's always going to be some kind of posting in the cafeteria for students to write their opinions or a statement about that Spirit Day. And Monday is Pajama Day, so it's going to be about your dreams and aspirations. So we'll see probably a lot of positive things on there. Some big goals. So the injured player comes off the field by his own power, which is nice to see. The clock begins to run, and the Steelmen are right back into this. Inside the red zone.
So we have Wisniewski at quarterback. Hands the ball off to number 24, finds an opening off tackle. That's Ernest Grant. Picks up about 9. Going to put the Spartans, or excuse me, the Steelmen, an 8-yard pickup for a 2nd and 2. So the Steelmen have done most of their damage on the ground. A double twins formation, and there is a pass, and that is completed to number 5, Zach Schreier, for the touchdown. So Joliet in this third quarter has scored 2 touchdowns, extending their lead as of now 27-20, as they are going to attempt the extra point. So Aleos back out onto the field.
So if the Spartans can get a block here, that'd be a huge help to them when they're able to get down the field. Unfortunately,
and
they
that
don't.
Kick is up and good. So that gives the Steelmen an 8-point lead, 28-20, with just under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, so now this late in the third quarter and going into the fourth quarter pretty soon, you have to imagine that if the Spartans are able to get the ball into the end zone, they're going for a 2-point conversion. So
this quarter has been very much controlled by the Steelmen, both offensively and defensively. So, you know, unfortunately, we had a turnover, you know, which Joliet marched right down the field, punched it into the end zone. So they had a quick scoring play by McNair and then a very methodical drive resulting in a touchdown, giving them a 28-20 lead with 3:56 remaining in the third. So Aleos with the kickoff. We've got Allen and Burge back to return, and that's going to be Burge, who's got the ball, and he finds a small crease before he is brought down at the 26-yard line. 26, 27-yard line. We'll see exactly where they mark it.
Now, on the past couple kick returns by the Spartans, I've seen Allen kind of run for the ball, let it bounce, and Burge gets it on the bounce and runs it back. So it's kind of a good strategy, thinking that the guy coming across is going to get the ball, while really the guy in the middle is about to catch it and run it down the middle. So good strategy, but Joliet Central able to pick up on it.
So Spartans come out in a double twins formation. Neely back to pass, and that is in and out of the hands of Soper, putting the Spartans at 2nd and 10. So Neely and Nettles in the backfield, sticking with that double twins formation. Steelman are playing a base 40 defense, and there is a draw play over to Nettles. Nettles, nice move.
Couple
and
nice
he
moves
is
on that one.
Near the first down. Looks like he picked up the first down.
Handoff to Jordan Nettles is good for 12 yards.
So a beautiful run, 12-yard run by Jordan Nettles.
So that's the run game we're more used to seeing with Nettles, kind of dancing around all those defenders and finding the gaps.
Absolutely. We need more of that.
Yeah, we need to really counteract the effects of McNair on Steelman and on the Steelman and bring it down the field. McNair is not lined up in a defensive position.
So there's Nettles on the direct snap. Neely out to block, makes a nice block, giving Nettles the corner. And he is brought down after a gain of 7.
So now the Spartans testing out that direct snap.
47. Official timeout.
So Neely hands the ball off to Nettles. Nettles got a lot of room, and Nettles breaks free into the end zone for the Spartan touchdown.
Now I hate to be a Debbie Downer here, but there's a flag right about the 45-yard line.
And it looks like
A holding
a
call.
holding call is going to negate that beautiful run by Jordan Nettles. That is a holding against the Spartans.
These penalties have been killing the Spartans. Every single big play they've gotten, there's been some kind of infraction. And that was a late one, too. That wasn't thrown until Nettles was in about the 20.
Yeah, I got too excited on Nettles' run. I didn't see that. So a tough break for the Spartan offense, negating the touchdown run by Jordan Nettles. So Neely, same play, hands off to Nettles. Same, almost same. Oh, it might be the exact same result, and that is Nettles in for the touchdown, and there is
a flag.
another
Oh my
penalty
goodness.
flag.
Oh,
And that is going to be another hold on the Spartans. So 2 touchdown runs, back-to-back plays are going to be called back by holding on the Spartans.
what do you imagine is going through Jordan Nettles' head right now? 2 amazing runs, finding those holes and not being able to get credited.
Yeah, it was the exact same play,
Oh.
exact same result.
Now, if it happens again, what what do you even do as an offensive coordinator? Yeah, whoever's so still second down.
2nd and 6. And the refs are talking something over. So the refs are explaining something to Coach Gibson. Maybe about the spot. Looks like everything is
Clock is about to run.
worked out as Neely under center this time hands the ball off to Allen. And Allen has a nice room, that time off the left side, and he's going to pick up the first down.
No, I don't see any flags.
Inside Joliet Central territory at the 40-yard line. First down.
Okay, no flags on that one.
So a
The play
first
will
down
stand.
for the Spartans. So a nice first down run by Tyree Allen. Nettles checks back in. Hands the ball off to Nettles. And Nettles gains great yardage. And is going to be brought down after a gain of 8.
So that's going to be the first run for a while for Nettles that'll actually get added onto his yards. No holding or personal fouls or blocking infractions.
8 and 9 on the carry by Nettles to the 31-yard line. 15 yards to the Spartans.
So we got a fake, and that is
Just underthrown.
yeah. That was intended to Tyree Allen.
Pass is incomplete.
He was open, just unfortunately couldn't connect, and that's going to put the Spartans at 3rd and 1.
When you're at a 3rd and short, you really have whatever you want at your expense. 3rd and shorts are very manageable plays. There's no reason to panic. Would not be surprised to see a handoff.
No, you think you got 2 plays here.
Yeah.
And there is a handoff to Nettles, and he is met in the backfield, and that is going to be a loss for the Spartans, and that will put them at 4th and 6. As the clock winds down under 45 seconds in this 3rd quarter, which has been, for the most part, controlled by the Steelman. And we had 2 touchdown runs that were negated by back-to-back holding. penalties. And so Neely back to pass, and that's over to Soper, who makes the catch, breaks free of a defender, and picks up the first down. Nice pitch and catch from Neely to Soper. Keeping the drive alive.
So now Spartans are into the red zone, basically field goal range now, so fourth down, they probably will still go for it.
And that first down play will bring it close to the third quarter, as the Spartans are going to be at 1st and 10 at the 16 with 12 minutes remaining, down by 8. You got to think where they're at, and they got to score.
Yeah, if you get to the red zone and don't score, that's really where the momentum starts to change. That defense of the other team knows that they can stop you now, and you feel like you didn't really perform that well, and that gets into your head. So hopefully this offense will figure out a way to drive into the end zone, and hopefully also get a 2-point conversion along with that, just to even this game up.
Absolutely. So yes, down by 8, you need the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. I mean, 12 minutes, still got lots of time, but where you're at in the field, to come away with some points here is going to be huge. You know, not only for the scoreboard, but also momentum. So last quarter of week number 9, regular season football here at Spartan Stadium.
Yeah, last quarter
kicks off.
Last 12 minutes for some of the seniors here. And Neely is going to run the ball.
On the carry. For some of the seniors, this might be the last 12 minutes of their football career. Some will be going on to play collegiately, and for others, this will be it.
Yeah, and who knows, if you do well in college, you got the pros waiting for you.
That's true.
I know a couple people that have graduated from here have played in the pros, and I know the coach is a former NFL player, so you have the potential
yes,
to do that.
People from Romeoville High School that have played professionally. So 2nd and 10. Neely and Nettles in the gun. That's going to be an nope, that's Neely with the pass. Oh, in and out of the hands of Rodriguez.
The ball was kind of wobbling in air. Wasn't really a spiral. So that's kind of hard to. That's going to be hard to manage for a receiver.
So that's going to be. So that incomplete pass is going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
Also, Rodriguez only stands at 5'10", so a 6'5" quarterback thrown to a 5'10" receiver, you're going to have to adjust for that height difference. So a little bit overthrown and a little bit of a wobble. So see if they try to throw it again.
So this time we have Nettles. Looks like to take the direct snap, but a false start is called. And that's going to put the Spartans at 3rd and 15.
And the penalties begin. Right in that red zone, pre-snap penalties, you could not take those.
So that's going to push the Spartans out of the red zone to the 21.
So 3rd and 15 for the Spartans.
15 at the 21 for the Spartans.
So Neely back to pass. Finds Soper over the middle. And that will be a Spartan first down. So on 3rd and 15. Nice pass from, that's 2 times on this drive that Soper has been able to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, Neely and Soper seem to have the best communication so far this game. We've seen the routes run by Soper and the throws on Neely really lining up with each other. So that's what you want with the quarterback and receiver. You want good chemistry, and when you have that, there's going to be a lot more complete passes.
Absolutely. So the Spartans in business, 1st and 5 at the 5. I can imagine Nettles might see the ball here, and Nettles does see the ball. And Nettles
just short.
Yeah, you're right, just short. So this is going to be second and less than a yard.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if Allen gets the ball now. He seems to be more of the power back for the Spartans. More of the fullback type player.
So we'll see what is drawn up. We have Nettles in the backfield with Neely. And Neely on the keeper. And there is the
and there's a
touchdown,
flag.
and a flag breaks. A flag is thrown as it looks to get a little chippy. Could be a dead ball foul, which would mean that the touchdown would stand. So a personal foul against the Steelman. Touchdown is good. So the Spartans at 26 points, down by 2. So most definitely they're going to be going 4-2. So dead ball foul, that will, is that going to be on the kickoff or? Are they going to move the ball to the 1.5?
It appears they're going to move the ball to the 1.5.
Yep. So it's going to be, the 2-point conversion is going to be from the 1.5 yard line.
Now for the Steelman, that was a huge mistake. You do not, like penalties, you cannot, again, you cannot take those when your opposing team or your team is in the red zone. Those are crucial, crucial yards. And especially after a touchdown, you do not want to give a team that is down by 2 a greater opportunity for a 2-point conversion.
So this is a huge play for both teams as Neely keeps the ball and walks right into the end zone, tying the ball game up at 28. So as the offense was key, or the defense was keying on Nettles, Neely on the keeper, walks into the end zone. So this game is tied back up at 28 with 9:44 remaining in the game. So a wonderful drive culminates in a Spartan touchdown and 2-point conversion. So with the score notched back, back up to anybody's game.
Now, if McNair comes back into play, how much of an impact will he make on this 4th quarter? While he does get the points, he also gets them quickly, so the Spartans have a chance to come right back down the field. He is back out on the field. He's lined up to receive this kick.
McNair is back to return Evan Lee's kick.
So Evan Lee actually published an article in the school newspaper this week about his journey to become a kicker. The reason he was going to soccer practice, he did something, he said, very not smart, and he broke his wrist. So he could not train for soccer properly. So he decided to start kicking field goals at the school, and he said after that he really started to like it. He worked hard. He came here in the mornings, walked here from his house just to practice kicking field goals. And, you know, you can do that with a broken wrist. So when he said he was very nervous the first time, coach gave him the nod. He kicked it right in, fans cheered, and he's been doing it ever since. And he's been one of the better players the Spartans have had this year.
Nice story.
When you read the paper,
the Evan Lee life story.
Yeah. His brother was the editor-in-chief last year, so both of them have pretty big influences on the newspaper. So,
yeah. And his brother Jacob was commentated both football and basketball games. So that is McNair once again. So he's back on the field, and right away Wisniewski finds McNair for a gain of 8, putting the the Steelman at a 2nd and 8.
Now the quarterback is lined up to receive this one. Not going to
Or
be
2nd
another
and 2, excuse
direct
me.
snap.
Man, I am way off. So there is a quick pass to number 21, David Stocking, and that's going to be a first down for the Steelman, as they're going to be right at midfield. So man in motion, and there is a false start against the Steelman offense, which is going to put them at 1st and 15 from the 45.
1st and 15 for the Steelman at the 45-yard line.
So trips formation, you've got McNair in the short side of the field. Wisniewski back to pass, decides to run, he's got some room, and nice job knocked out of bounds by Burley Johnson as Wisniewski picks up 10, putting the Steelman at 2nd and 5.
Now, thankfully for the Spartans, they got a false start called against the Steelman earlier, so that could have been a first down and put the Steelman even further. So now the Spartans have another chance to keep that offensive pressure of the Steelman contained and stop them from getting into the scoring territory.
So double twins formation, Wisniewski backs to pass and pumps pass before he decides to run, and he's going to be very, very close to a first down. Might have just enough.
Gain of 5 on the quarterback keeper, Zach Wisniewski. Good enough for a Steelman first down.
So that is called the first down for the Steelman. And now the Spartans defense is readjusting.
So back to the air, that's going to be a quick pass over to McNair. McNair makes a nice move, and he is tripped up after a gain of 20. That's going to put the Steelman at the 19-yard line. So they entered the red zone under 8 minutes remaining, and the Steelmen are threatening.
Here, the Steelman
back to pass once again.
very
Wisniewski
favorable.
under pressure, able to break away from it, scrambles to his right, has a man, and the pass falls incomplete.
So that's the second or third time this drive that we've seen the quarterback Wisniewski under pressure and just able to run that ball out and avoid being sacked. So a big part, a big key for the Spartan defense would be to be able to sack the quarterback before he's able to run and pick up those yards. And especially before he's able to pass it out and get even more. That was very close to being a huge completion.
So 2nd and 10. I think if you're the Spartans, you got a key on McNair. And this time they keep it on the ground. That's number 24, Grant. And he dives into the end zone for a touchdown. So a 19-yard run by Grant results in a Steelman touchdown, giving the Steelman a 34-28 lead. Wow.
Yeah.
So this has definitely been a back and forth second half.
Now, the Spartans do have, if the kick is up and it is good.
So Aleos once again puts the ball through the uprights, and the Steelman up by 7.
Now, the Spartans do have a slight advantage in the fact that they can control this clock Now, in the bottom of the, or not the bottom, so used to baseball, the fourth quarter, the lesser half of this fourth quarter. So if they can use that management to their advantage and be able to like make a good but slow drive up the field, they can tie this up or even take a lead and then just leave the Steelman with maybe enough time to get to the red zone but not make a touchdown or field goal play.
So in some action, you're right. In some action around the area, some final scores have come up. Marist with a 41-7 victory over Joliet Catholic, and Oswego East with a 46-9 victory over Plainfield East. But yeah, I mean, you're right. You know, so it's should be a very interesting 7.5 minutes.
Yes.
Left.
And how's the Bolingbrook and Flossmoor game?
Looked like Bolingbrook has scored down 14-10.
So here comes the kick to start this Spartans drive.
So Aleos, and that's going to be Burge once again. Has a nice opening, and he is brought down near midfield. So the Spartan offense is going to be in great field position with 7:25 remaining. Yeah, like I said, the Spartans have been a lot more methodical in their drives, you know, very much consuming a lot of time off the clock. So, you know, for the Spartans, it's what you want to do.
Yes.
As long as you end with
a touchdown.
A touchdown.
But that also means, now that they have good field position, that also means less time to work with. You don't have to make up as much yards.
So that's Nettles on the carry. He's going to pick up a couple of yards.
Gain of 3 on the carry by Jordan Nettles to the 48-yard line. 2nd and 7 for the Spartans.
So that's going to be a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. The clock continues to run. Both teams still have all 3 of their timeouts. And the ball is given once again to Nettles.
They're trying to strip the ball out of his hands, but he appears to have held on to it.
So another nice run by Jordan Nettles, picking up the first down.
13-yard carry by Jordan Nettles to the
And that
35-yard line. 1st and 10
should
This is Sparta!
affect the clock.
Yeah, the clock will start once the chains are set.
And there it goes. 6:33 and counting on the clock.
So that's going to be a quick pass over to Allen. Allen breaks the first tackle, breaks the second tackle, and picks up a nice gain, about 8. So a nice catch and run by Tyree Allen. So we'll have an injury timeout.
Now with 6:03 remaining and the Spartans is close to the end zone, most likely the Steelmen are going to get the ball again. And how the Steelmen utilize that time and the offensive opportunity that they have to maybe even put another touchdown on the board should be an interesting last little bit of this football season.
Central, I'd go Wildcat and give it to McNair.
So the injured player is off the field, able to walk off by himself.
It's always a good sign.
Yep.
And so the Spartan attack.
Yeah, you never want to see that cart come on the field.
Nope. All right, so here we're back. And Nettles in the backfield with Neely, double twins. And we've got an option. Pitch out to Nettles, and Nettles is able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, after he was about to go down, he kind of pushed out on that right leg, or excuse me, left leg.
Yeah, so what looked like would have been, oh no, it's going to be just short. Looked like he had enough, and there is going to be an official's timeout for a measurement. It looked like he had enough, but
They're
they
spotting
marked
him a little
it.
short.
Yeah, they marked him back a little bit. So we'll have I believe this is wow, this might be one of the only times all season that we've had an official's measurement. I'm trying to think of another time that had happened.
That is going to be short.
And it's going to be just short. So this is going to be a huge play, 4th and less than a yard.
It's only going to be
third down. Yeah,
yes.
Third down.
So it'll be interesting to see what kind of play the Spartans decide to do. Personally, I'd keep it on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
After the measurement of the third
Now they've had some success with
yard line.
Neely on the keeper. And obviously you've got a tremendous running back in Jordan Nettles to get that ball to.
I don't know if Allen is back on the field yet, but he is also great at after he gets that ball, knowing where to go.
And there is Nettles, and Nettles is going to score the touchdown on 3rd and 1. Nettles punches it into the end zone for a 25-yard run. Another fantastic run by Jordan Nettles. We have just said his name time and time and time again this season.
I don't think there's been more than 3 plays for the Spartans that we haven't had to say his name.
Just an absolutely fantastic player.
Yeah, he's obviously good at running the ball, has been demonstrated. And then he can block when it's not him running the ball too. We've seen that a couple times this season.
So here's an interesting move as an interesting move as the Spartans are going to go for 2 I formation, and a timeout is called by the Steelman.
So that's going to leave them with only 2 at a pretty late stage in this quarter. So must have been something wrong with the defensive formation on that, because really no other reason to call a timeout there.
Man, just didn't like the defense formation. Yeah, just trying to adjust to what type of offensive alignment the Spartans came out with. They went to the I formation, so we'll see if they change that formation up. But I mean, this is a critical play. Going
this
for 2
could be the game.
You know, with just under 5 minutes, you know, you're getting to that point where it could be. So we'll see what the Spartans dial up.
Nettles is going to be lined up behind Neely, the usual.
So Jara is in the backfield along with Nettles. Neely under center. And they give the ball to Jara, and he is met by the Steelman defense, falling short. And the Spartans are going to be down by 1 with 4 minutes and 54 seconds remaining.
Yeah, if you do that same formation that you do before the after the defense calls that timeout, they're gonna expect the same kind of play that they were hoping for, and when you hand it off to that guy behind you and that offensive line doesn't get a good block, everyone comes in and gets him not even close, doesn't even get close to the end zone. So unfortunately, the Spartans fail on a 2-point conversion and will now have to kick the ball off to the Joliet Central Steelman. And if they utilize McNair like they did early in that third quarter, probably going to see another point, more points for the Steelman.
So we'll see if the Spartans maybe attempt the onside kick. Been known to utilize that over the course of the season, or kick it deep and rely on their defense to get the ball back. Spartans do have all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
Steelman only
there are 5 minutes. You can get some quick stops, timeout, meaning plenty of time still left on the clock for the offense. Down by 1. You also only have to get into field goal range, so that is an option as well.
So Steelman lined up to receive an onside kick.
So there is a pooch kick, and that is recovered by number 21, and he's going to have a gain, and the Steelmen are going to have the ball first and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Returned by the Steelmen out to the 46-yard line. First and 10, Joliet.
46. That's where they're going to officially mark it. So with 4:46 remaining, the Steelmen have the ball, and now it is up to the defense to make a stop.
If the defense can stop them within 1 or 2 first downs, they have a good chance. The offense has a good chance of coming back.
So
and
McNair.
Here comes McNair lined up in that backfield for the direct snap.
So McNair with the carry, picks up 7. So that has been really the best play for Joliet Central all day.
I gotta head to the field.
The second and 3 at the 47-yard line of the Spartans.
So you got to imagine that we're going to see a lot of Jamari McNair. He's going to line up in the backfield. He's got the 2 lead backs. They're not in any rush whatsoever to snap the ball.
That's good clock
Time
management.
is on their side. And McNair is going to be very close to a first down. Looks to be just short. So it will be 3rd and 1 for the Steelmen.
Gain of 2 on the carry. 3rd and 1 at the 45-yard line.
So you got to imagine this is going to be more of the same.
I'd be very surprised to see anything else.
Yeah, at this point. So it's a matter of, can the Spartan defense contain McNair?
And it'll all be determined by this play right here.
So the Spartans are coming with the blitz. McNair with the ball. And he picks up the first down. So a new set of downs for the Steelmen. The clock will continue, and for the Spartans, you got to start thinking about utilizing your timeouts. To give your offense any chance whatsoever. So you got to imagine once again, McNair. And there it is once again, McNair. He finds a crease. And McNair is going to go into the end zone for a touchdown.
So that'll take Joliet to a 41-34 lead over the Spartans.
So with 2:29 remaining,
40+ yards from Jamar McNair.
McNair scores the touchdown. Which, depending upon what happens here, might not be the worst thing in the world
Yeah.
for the Spartans, because their offense will definitely get the ball back. And so the kick is up and good, which gives the Steelman an 8-point lead,
And after the long touchdown,
which with 2:29, the Spartans still have the opportunity to score the touchdown in the 2-point conversion to send this game to overtime.
Now that would be an interesting game. Now this would be an interesting game if McNair hasn't had as much of an influence as he had. Because other than that, Joliet Steelman have really just been short passes for a little bit of a gain. We saw a couple big breakout plays, but most of those completions were McNair also. So he's really been dominating this Spartans defense, and he's really been in control of this game, or this second half.
So that quick score by McNair, though, still gives the Spartans 2:29. They still have all 3 of their timeouts. So the Spartans have also scored very quickly as well. So, exciting here at Spartan Stadium in the last week of the season.
Now how fun would a return be?
Oh, awesome.
So now with Allen out, we have Nettles back to receive the kick.
Yeah, so Nettles and Burge set to receive Aleos' kick. Romeoville looking for their 4th win of the season. Joliet looking for their 2nd win. And we have a mishandling of the ball, but picked up by 33. That is Kevin Patterson. Brings it out to the 38-yard line.
Return by Kevin Patterson.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the 38-yard line with 2:24 remaining.
Now McNair is also lined up to play a defensive position now too.
So we'll see if the Spartans are going to go more to the air game. So Neely looks to pass, rolls to his left, has a man, that's Rodriguez with the catch and the first down.
Kenny Rodriguez.
So a wonderful rollout by Neely results in a huge first down play for the Spartans.
So now there is an injury on the field.
So a great first play to this drive from Neely to Rodriguez.
And now, along with the sports, there comes the clubs that are offered in winter, and a lot more clubs are offered in winter because of there's not many things you can do outside in the Midwest in winter in terms of sports. So we have clubs like math team starting up, robotics club starting up, and then there's chess team that has also started their season already.
Yeah, so there's a lot of opportunities for students to get involved in the school. And, you know, that not only adds to school spirit, but, you know, studies have shown that students that are involved in some sort of activity tend to academically perform better in school.
Yeah, and especially activities that are based on academics.
Yeah.
Stuff like math team, especially if you if you practice math every day after school, chances are you're probably going to be a little better at math in the classroom because some of that stuff at math team is impossible.
I am going to take your word for it.
Yeah, I'm taking pre-calculus, and I still can't even figure out those things. And man, I applaud a couple of my friends that I am in the club with. They are incredibly smart with that kind of stuff. So here come the Spartans on this one. Neely decides to hold on to the ball.
And he picks up 9, very close to a first down. And there is a timeout.
Down to the 28-yard line.
Timeout there called by the Spartans.
Their
So
first one.
2nd and 1. Yeah, that's going to be their first. Giving them 2 remaining. with Just over 2 minutes left. This is kind of a nerve-wracking game. You know, both teams laying it all out on the field.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get that victory in the last game of the season. So at 2nd and 1, there's plenty of options. You know, keep the ball on the ground. You know, clock does stop with a first down temporarily. So you'll get a stoppage of play, you know, to reset before the clock will start. You still do have 2 timeouts remaining. And for Joliet, being up by 8.
They're sitting kind of comfortably right now.
They're sitting comfortably, but, you know, that 2 minutes and 3 seconds couldn't come off the clock fast enough for them.
No. And we've seen many times Spartans fought right back from a touchdown that's been scored. So we'll see how this drive turns out. And if the Spartans are able to get a touchdown, and maybe even the 2-point conversion.
So
here's a throw.
Deep pass over to Soper, and that is a touchdown.
What a catch by Soper on that one.
So a beautiful pitch and catch, deep pass from Neely to Soper results in a touchdown for the Spartans.
In between 2 defenders, jumps really high off the ground. Tipped it and caught
right
his own.
to himself, yeah. So 2-point conversion. Wow.
If the Spartans get this, it is a whole new ball game for them.
So now, once again, we're at the most critical play of the game. This 2-point conversion attempt by the Spartans, looking to tie the game up at 42, down by 2, just under 2 minutes remaining. Spartan crowd is on their feet. We got I formation. And the quarterback, the play falls incomplete, or excuse me, play falls short, and the Spartans aren't able to complete the 2-point conversion. It looked like Neely slipped.
So now, really, onside kick.
Now you have to see the onside kick. Absolutely. At this stage in the game, got to have the onside kick. Spartans still do have 2 timeouts remaining. So if they have a special onside kick that we haven't seen this season, now is the time to utilize that.
And it will not be Evan Lee kicking this ball.
Oftentimes
Jorge
between
Ocampo.
Jorge Ocampo. So you think if you're Joliet Central, you're going to have most of your players near midfield.
All the Spartans have to do is just get that lucky bounce.
Exciting game.
This will most likely ultimately determine the outcome of this game.
So Jorge Ocampo on the onside kick, takes a nice bounce, but Joliet recovers. And so Joliet with a 2-point lead.
So if there's ever a time to be able to stop McNair and the short passes, it is now.
I don't think you're going to see the short passes. I think you're
I think it's all McNair.
Going to see McNair run the ball. It's going to be McNair, McNair, McNair. And McNair lines up. Spartans do have 2 timeouts, so if they can prevent them from getting a first down, Spartans might have an opportunity. And so the Spartans take a quick timeout. That's going to be their second timeout, leaving them with 1 timeout remaining. So it's a matter of, does McNair run to the left or McNair run to the right? So 2nd and 7. So you have to stop him quickly here, call another timeout. Clock's gonna, and then in 3rd down, stop him once again. I mean, the clock's gonna run off, so you're gonna lose a lot of time there. But
and then 4th down's gonna be a whole new challenge.
Probably, depending upon what they're at, probably gonna punt the ball.
Punt or
depending where they're at.
Yeah, a punt, or if they're 4th and 3 range, probably going to see McNair again.
And if you're the Spartan defense, you're going to try to strip the ball.
You need to at this point.
Cause some sort of turnover. Anything to give your offense another chance. So McNair's going to run to the right, and he is going to be brought down short of the first down. Spartans take another quick timeout, and so that will leave Joliet at 3rd and 3.
Number 1, Kamar McNair, down to the 45-yard line.
But that would be an interesting dilemma
when
the Spartans hold him here of what Joliet decides to do. If they decide to punt to pin the Spartans deep, or do you go for it?
Honestly, McNair has just...
And if you don't make it, you're giving the Spartans great field position.
It's pretty good field position, even with most likely less than a minute remaining, maybe just a bit above. So no timeouts remaining for the Spartans, 2 for Joliet Central. Probably not going to see those used anytime soon.
You're probably right. Right, so McNair lines up.
If there is ever a time to stop him, again, I hate using this line, but it's now.
So McNair with the ball, and he picks up the first down. So with 1:34, a new set of fresh downs for Joliet Central, as Romeoville has no way to stop the clock. And so if you're Joliet Central, you just want to wind this clock down.
Not surprised to see McNair lined up in the backfield.
They're just going to, they got the quarterback under center, he takes a knee, and they're just going to utilize as much time as they can in between these plays, wind the clock down, and escape week number 9 with a victory. As Joliet Central is going to garner their second win of the season, 42-40 over the Spartans. And the Spartans are going to finish off the season at 3-6. An exciting 3-game stretch, 3-game victory that is going to fall just short against the Steelman. So an unfortunate end for the Spartans. It's a tough way to end your season in a very hard-fought, tough loss at home to the Steelman. But there's still a lot to hang your hat on for the Spartans. You know, having three victories over the course of the season, you know, hanging tough in a lot of games. Unfortunately, in the last game, you know, couldn't come through.
There are just 2 words to describe this second half, and that is Jamar McNair. He was all over the Spartans defense. He found those gaps, and when he broke free, as we saw twice, down the field and a touchdown. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful ride. You know, Jordan Nettles had a tremendous season, and there's a lot of positives to look forward to next season as the Spartans are going to begin the process of getting ready for next year. But tonight's a celebration of the seniors and all of the hard work and dedication of all of the seniors that have contributed to the fall season. So we thank you. We thank you for listening to us, and make sure that you tune in to RHS Television, Village of Romeoville Television, as we are going to bring you basketball coverage.
Yep, and
in
those
a very
should be
short fashion.
Those should be very exciting games. Yeah. Last year's team was pretty good.
Yeah. So looking to build upon that. So thank you very much, and take care.
Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.